Ladies and gentlemen, back again with another episode of Heels in the Endzone, the Bleav network authority for all things UNC football. As always, alongside my co-host John Garris, I'm Joe McGrath. Today is a special episode here on Heels in the Endzone as we have a friend of the program on, former Washington Huskies cornerback and current UNC Tar Heels DB, Mr. Bossman Boomin himself, Thaddeus Dixon. Thad, welcome to Heels in the Endzone. How we doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate y'all boys for having me.
Of course.
No doubt.
Come on. Bill Belichick is now the head coach of the football program.
Can you say it again, please? You got to say it out loud because I don't think people really understand. It's Bill Belichick. What are we really talking about?
We were talking, me and John, before you hopped on, about the lineage of players that Bill Belichick has coached. Obviously, Tom Brady, obviously Ty Law and Rodney Harrison and Randy Moss. Thad Dixon's got to be on that list now, right? You're on the same list as Tom Brady, as a player who's played for Bill Belichick. Talk to me about what he's like. Talk to me about the relationship you may have with him, the rest of the coaching staff, and just put us in the room for a day of what it's like playing on a football team for the greatest football coach of all time.
Honestly, man, it's special and it's a blessing. And I just feel like you can't take no day for granted with him as your coach. I mean, he, as y'all said, he didn't coach some of the greatest players ever at my position, at the quarterback position, at pretty much every position. So, just to have that football knowledge, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, worth of just football, NFL knowledge, coming at you every day, you just got to make sure you have your notebook open and you taking notes, man. Coach Bill, he's a great coach and he's strict on the fundamentals, but he knows football, man, and he gets us as players. He gets it 1,000%. And it's been a real special. It's been a real special couple months that I've been here, and I sit down and I meet with Coach Bill every week, and pretty much we just watch every play from practice. But just for me to just have that opportunity to sit down one-on-one with him and just get game and knowledge from just a NFL perspective, it's just honestly, man, it's amazing. It's amazing how much football he actually knows. He can honestly coach. He could coach all 22 positions if he needed to: kickers, long snappers, linebackers, safety, corner. So, man, I'm honestly and truly blessed to have him as my coach.
How does Bill Belichick kind of pitch to you to come join and play with him? Does he just say, "Here, hold these," and it's his Super Bowl rings, and you're like, "Oh man, maybe I should come play with this guy"?
Honestly, it didn't take too much. Shoot, if Bill Belichick say he want me and I'm his guy, I'm on the way. Honestly, before I had committed though, I had talked to a few of his players, one being the defensive player of the year that played the cornerback position. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had a couple long talks with Steph, talking to Steph and Steve, Coach Steve really locked me in with Steph. So, had a couple long talks with him. We was talking about the defense, talking about Bill, talking about the program, how it's going to be ran and stuff like that, man. And, sure, I just had to go ahead and make that decision.
You mentioned Steve Belichick. Talk to us about your relationship with him. Obviously, he was the DC under Coach Jed Fish for Washington last year. You've both made the move from Washington to UNC. You've mentioned in our conversations that you're with Steve. You guys are almost attached at the hip on a daily basis. What's it like being tight with him and knowing that you trust him, he trusts you, and vice versa?
Yeah, I'm actually closest with Coach Steve out of pretty much everybody out here. Coach Steve is really like my dog. He's done so much for me in the past year and a half that I've known him. The love is honestly just unconditional. That's my guy. Whether I came to North Carolina or not, we would still have the same relationship that we have today, man. And for you to have that type of relationship with the dude who's calling your plays on defense, it's special. Honestly, I trust him, he trusts me. So, we really been locked in, but just to be around Steve every day, another dude who knows football, has called plays on the highest level in some of the biggest games. I get more game than him from anybody. And, I'm always pressing him about certain stuff. What should I do here? What should I do here? How would Revis or how would Gilmore have played this? How would they have played that? And he always keeps it 100 and he shoots it to me straight, and that's how I like it. And that's why me and Steve, man, that's my guy.
Now, we've been seeing highlights all over social media of you making picks, defending passes on the UNC Instagram page. Even did a collab post with you with the caption "Boomin'." What's it like? What's it like getting after it this spring ball, and how has spring ball been since joining the Tar Heels?
Spring ball has been good. As a team, we progressing every day. So, we on practice 9, going on 10. And each day I can say we've gotten better and progressed. But for myself personally, I approach this spring ball as if I was already in the NFL, which I was supposed to be. So I'm like, if I really want to play on Sundays like I'm supposed to, shouldn't too many people be catching passes on me at practice? And I hold myself to that standard.
Yes,
So
sir.
even when somebody does catch a ball, it's like, man, lock in.
Yeah.
But honestly, spring's been personal for me. I had to sit down with my last head coach, and he didn't really think I could play corner. He wanted me to play nickel. So this year coming up is really to show everybody in the world, like, I'm the best corner in the country, and I'm gonna show that week in and week out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thad, we're noticing in practices over the spring, you said practice 9, practice 10. We're not seeing any numbers on jerseys yet. Is that on purpose? Is that a Bill Belichick thing? Is that a Mike Lombardi thing? What's going on with no numbers? And is there any insight on what number we could see on Thad Dixon this year?
Sure. I'm just like everybody else. I haven't seen my number yet. I kind of got a what number I'm aware, but nah, man. Coach Bill, he's not really into all of the flash and the numbers and the fresh gloves and the new pair of cleats. He's more old school with it. We're gonna get everything we got out the mud. So if you want a number, you got to go out there and earn it. It's simple as that.
Okay. We saw on the flip side, with a little bit of flash and a little bit of pizzazz, our friends out in Colorado, led by Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, got into it a little bit, mentioning some of the different programs across the country that he'd love to scrimmage in a spring game. Thoughts on the potential? I mean, obviously, I don't think it's going to happen, but a UNC Colorado spring practice and what that would look like.
I think that'll be good. Honestly, shoot, they do it in the NFL, and college is basically the NFL now with the collectives going away and us getting our checks directly from the school. So I like it. Honestly, I like the idea of scrimmaging a team for a spring game. I mean, you might as well. NCAA gonna benefit financially from it. They benefit financially from everything else. So, I'm sure there's a way, we could maneuver around that and get something done. But I'm definitely up for that if that's something that they want to do.
I think I was talking to Joe about it the one time. They should make it on pay-per-view and give all the money to all the players that participate in the thing. Yeah. So, Thad, what can Tar Heel Nation expect from you for this upcoming season?
Shoot, man, like always, they expect me to fly around, make plays on the ball. I just want to be somebody everybody can trust. They know I'm going to hold down my side of the field and really take over this year, though. Like, this year is really personal. Like, just know I'm playing with that same chip I had coming out of JUCO. I'm going to have that same chip on my shoulder this year because, man, it's all on the line for me this year. So, you can just expect a lot of plays on the ball, a lot of good coverage, and a lot of number one receivers getting strapped.
You put that seatbelt on them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, real talk. Y'all boys know how I do it.
What about the rest of the defense? Besides you and those DBs that we've been seeing getting after it in practice, the defensive unit as a whole, what can we expect from this defense this year?
Yeah, so a lot of changes to the defense. So this is going to be the 2025 UNC defense, as Coach Steve would call it, not the 2024 Washington defense, not the Patriots defense that they used to run. It's the 2025 UNC defense. So, man, y'all can expect a lot out of us. I mean, we're going to play with that same fire, that same chip, and we just going to get after dudes. We're going to run to the ball. We're going to play fundamental sound football, and we really just going to get after it. We really mean, actually, we really got a mean defense this year. I love it.
Okay. Well, Thad, we're going to turn it over to you. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to pitch, where can the Tar Heel Nation and the listeners of the Heels in the End Zone podcast follow you across social media?
Yeah, man. Y'all can get at me on social media, on Instagram at BossmanBoomin, on Twitter at the Dr. 44. Don't really post too much, man, but I appreciate everybody, man, showing love across this journey, man. You know, shoot, I'm just ready to get it cracking in Chapel Bill this year.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Chapel
Yes,
Bill.
sir.
We're gonna link up with you again following the spring. You're gonna get some good rest and recovery, get those lifts in the summer, and Thad we'll reconnect at some point before the fall. They'll do a preview episode if that's cool with you.
Yep, 1,000%. I'm gonna come on here every time you need me.
I
Listen,
appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
always,
you,
man.
bro.
We appreciate it. As always, friend of the program, Mr. Bossman Boomin himself, Thad Dixon, here on Heels in the End Zone. We appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate y'all.
Take it easy.
Bro.